Today I take a bite out of the devil's candy. Hello and welcome to Rotted Review of the Day, and today I am taking a look at the 2015 movie The Devil's Candy. My take on this one, having watched it now, is that this was a more than decent take on the father being possessed after moving into a new house trope. While never really reaching a point of greatness, it had some great stylistic elements to it, but overall it was worth watching, but not exemplary. So to get into more details than that, let's get into the categories. As always, 4 different categories, each one worth up to 25 points for a total possible score of 100 points. The plot of this one, I gave a 17 out of 25. This followed the character of Jesse, Astrid, and Zoe Hellman as the father, mother, and daughter, respectively, who buys a new house out in the remote countryside of Texas. They love heavy metal music. It's kind of a thing within the family, especially the father and the daughter. It's a bonding element that they have together. Jesse is a struggling artist, and the barn outside of the house is the perfect studio space for him. However, when they move in, certain things start happening. He starts getting into he's supposed to be doing butterfly commission work for a bank, and he starts completely zoning out, painting something he doesn't remember painting, and having the entire day pass him by without him noticing. And the movie just really takes off from there down a bit of a spiral with the former occupants of the house entering into the equation, and a bit of a horror mystery kind of thing happening, with at the same time a possession thing happening, and at the same time home invasion kind of thing happening. It winds up kind of walking a lot of paths, and it actually manages to walk all of them pretty well. I'm not going to say that it gets lost in trying to walk these different lines. It actually, like I said, it manages to walk them pretty well, which was in and of itself a pretty good accomplishment. This was really great also about creating realistic and sympathetic characters all around. This movie could have easily fallen into a whole lot of big stereotype traps, and it managed to avoid, I think, about all of them, up to and including the downward spiral of the father. It's something that we've seen a million times, and I would be lying if I said that this was not a unique take on it, and I like that about it. The Intent, I gave a 17 out of 25. I don't really think this one was trying so much for scary as it was just providing simple character storytelling with horrific internal and external conflicts. Definitely gets to the point of trying to come across as disturbing, having disturbing content within there. But overall, I think this movie really, for me, what it was more than scary was it made me feel the bonds of a strong family being stretched up to the breaking point. And I think that's ultimately how it was trying to come across, more than just trying to be a scary movie or even necessarily a disturbing movie. So I think in that regard, it actually succeeded pretty well. So another 17 there. The acting, I gave an 18 out of 25. This was really surprising for me. Ethan Embry did an amazing job as Jesse, providing that kind of soft-spoken, quiet, struggling artist, heavy metal loving, gentle soul kind of guy that winds up having his downward spiral, but not... well, I don't want to give anything away, so I'll just stop there. But regardless, did a very good job as the sadly lovable rock and roll father figure, wants to be friends and father at the same time and doesn't always pan out that way. Kiara Glasgow did a great job as the teenage daughter. She was believably angsty and starry-eyed at the same time, without actually crossing that line that so many teenage characters do of becoming obnoxious or annoying. At no point was I irritated with her character of Zoe or her performance of Zoe. Pruitt Taylor Vince has really nailed down the hulking, big, demented, bald, scary guy. He's got that down pat, and he plays it well in this one as well. He played, like I said, this movie had to deal with some of the former occupants of the house, and he is a former occupant of the house that enters into the plot line. The technical, I gave a 17 out of 25. This was interesting with the addition of very big on heavy metal styling, both in music and in visual tone. I liked that element of it. It felt a little forced in places, but overall it did work, and it led to a visual climactic scene that was very, very visually compelling. I really liked it. I could see how some people might not, but I actually really liked how the climactic scene really looked as a final culmination of the heavy metal aspect of the film. Even so, I do think that in some places it did turn out to be a little bit more style over substance and a little bit shoestrung in. So that gives us a total of 69 out of 100 points. I can't help but feel like this movie was really trying to be, I don't know, more disturbing, more visceral than it actually wound up being. But I still thought it was interesting, and I still like the characters, and I still enjoyed the storyline, and I do think that this is worth watching. So even with 69 out of 100 points, I am going to say that I would recommend this one. It is not something that I, am insisting that everybody drop what you're doing and watch it now. But if you happen to have it in your queue, you want to kick it on, I give it a thumbs up. Go for it. I think you'll like it. I know I did. So that should about do it for the 2015 movie of The Devil's Candy and my review of it. Thank you for joining me here today. It means a lot to me. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And remember, next time you want to watch a horror movie, first make sure that it's good and rotted.